Hey y'all, it's Tajala. Welcome back to my channel. So this video will help you with protective styling and to answer how does that affect our hair growth. But before I get into it, make sure you like the video right now. Subscribe down below if you are new to my channel. And also I want to check in with the question. I want to know from y'all, how often do you usually protective style? Scroll down a little, answer that right now as I get into this information. But first, I want to answer what is protective styling. Protective styling is any style that is going to protect and cover up the ends of your hair. So when we think of protective styles, we think like braids, weave, wig, whatever, because your hair is put away and covered. You can also protective style with your own natural hair. So like if I did 2 braids and then like tucked away the ends of my braids, that is a protective style. Anything that is putting away the ends of my hair and protecting it. But I'm going to talk about the more general or the common ones that we usually wear, which is the braids, the weave, whatever, wigs. Are protective styles necessary for hair growth? No. Protective styles do not affect your hair growth in any way. And when I say hair growth, I'm talking about what is coming out of your scalp. So you can wear protective styles all the time and your hair growth rate will be the same. Now, protective styles are really good at helping you to retain length. So the reason why people think their hair grows faster is because they put in a protective style and then when they finally wore their own hair, they saw it was much longer than it was when they first started protective styling. Your hair didn't grow faster. You just didn't see it in a while. So you feel like it grew faster, but it didn't. Think of whoever, some little kid in your family. When you live with them and you see them every day, they basically the same size and height every single day that you see them until you look back at pictures or just remember back and you're like, oh wow, you did grow. Versus if you do not live with this family member and you haven't seen them in a long time, then you come back and you're like, wait, when I saw you, you was this little. You leaving their presence didn't make them grow no faster. They was growing the same rate and way that they would have grown if you had been with them. So it's like the same thing with hair. You feel like your hair grew faster because you haven't seen it in a while. But your hair grew at the same rate whether you would have kept it out or had it in the protective style. The reason why protective styles help when you're trying to get longer hairs, like I said, it helps you to retain length. So when our hair is covered and protected away, we're not manipulating it and stuff. We don't have to worry about the environment and it being too dry or too whatever that's causing our hair to suffer from those things. So the risk of it kind of like wearing and tearing away versus if it were out, those risks are lowered. So by the time you take it out, you were able to preserve the growth that you did get from your roots. Versus if your hair was out and you didn't know what you was doing with it and you was combing it and raking through it, you probably wouldn't see longer hair because while your hair was out, you were treating it harshly and it was breaking off. So protective styles are very helpful while you're growing. And I mention this because we're on this growth journey. And if you want to protect a style or you do protect a style, that's something that you can consider. Now, I do want to say also, just because protective styles are helpful does not mean that they are not harmful. If you protective style the wrong way, you could actually cause the very breakage that you're trying to avoid. So if you are doing styles that are too tight or if you just don't know how to take care of your hair while you have it in the protective style or if you're neglecting your hair. So protective styles is not, you don't think, oh, let me just, you know, since I'm protecting the hair and covering it up and I'm not manipulating it, it'll grow if I just leave it alone. No, you're not supposed to think like, oh, let me just put in a protective style after protective style after protective style after protective style for this whole year. By the time I take it out, hair gonna be down my back. No. By the time you take it out, your hair is probably gonna be in a, what's the word? Fragile state because when people say your hair needs to breathe, our hair don't actually breathe, but what they're saying is it needs that time where it's not being pulled on, where it's not being covered and not able to get like moisture and water. So it's like when you wear your hair out all the time, you're washing it regularly. Like I wash my hair once a week, but when I have my protective style in, I probably won't wash it until a month later. It's gonna tend to be a little more dry when you take it out. So now that your hair is in a dry state when you take it out, if you don't know what you're doing to your hair, all that growth you just got while your hair was in that protective style could instantly be messed up if you don't know what you're doing and you decide like, oh, my hair is so tangled after this protective style, and you're raking through your hair, and it's like, now that protective style was just purposeless. So you have to know what you're doing when you install the protective style, while it's in, and when you take it out, if you want to effectively protect the style. And you don't want to just never deal with your hair, because like I said, the pulling and stuff that protective styles have on like your scalp and your, like I said, the hairs from the roots. So if you damaging this, don't damage those roots trying so hard to hold on to them ends, because it's like, yes, the key to growth is retaining, well, your hair is growing anyway. I also want to say that your hair is always growing. So people say my hair is not growing. No, it's not that your hair is not growing. Something you doing to your hair is causing it to break off. That's what's happening. So that's what I'm hoping to help you identify in this growth journey, is like, what am I doing to my hair that is unhealthy to it, that I'm not able to see the growth that I'm actually getting? Like, is it something I'm doing the styling wise, or what am I doing? But this video is not about retaining length. It's about protective style, which is one way to retain length. Basically, hair is always growing. Protective styles don't make it grow no faster, but it can help you to protect the hair that you already have on your head. And by the time you take that protective style out, you might see it's a little longer because you were able to retain the length. And while it was in, your hair grew from the roots also. Okay, really quickly, protective styles versus low manipulation styles. So protective styles are when the ends are covered and protected. Low manipulation styles are styles that don't require much manipulation. So you can have protective styles that are both. They cover the end, so they're protective style, and they're low manipulation, so you don't have to do much. Like when I wake up with this hair, I don't have to do anything to my hair. Probably but brush my edges maybe, but I don't have to touch and manipulate my actual natural hair. This is a protective style and a low manipulation style. You can have a low manipulation style that is not a protective style. 2-strand twists are low manipulation styles. You put them in, you twist them, and you probably leave your twist in for about, I don't know, 1-2 weeks. But you didn't have to like redo it and recomb through it or restyle it every single day. So it's a low manipulation style. You don't have to manipulate your natural hair much. But it's not a protective style, because when your hair is in 2-strand twist, the ends are still out. I am a low manipulation natural. I don't protect the style that often. I probably protect the style once a year, and it's usually for about 3 weeks span of time. So you can grow your hair long without protective styling. You can. However, do I recommend that route for everyone? No, because if your hair is like thicker or longer, and it just actually takes much more, it's more risky to be manipulating as often as you would for shorter hair or something, then it's probably more beneficial that you protect the style a little more often. For example, I wash my hair once a week, but when my hair was mid-back, wash days were terrible, just because my hair was so long and it was just too much to be trying to do once a week. So I would start doing it every 2 weeks. So as your hair is getting longer, if you find your hair is much thicker and it's just a lot of having to deal with once a week or every 2 weeks, you might protect style more often, and that way you got a little less days that you're manipulating or having to manipulate it. Low manipulation styles, braid outs, twist outs, whatever. Now when I say like twist outs and stuff, some people be like, you know, do you twist nightly and stuff like that? So some people might feel like a twist out is not a low manipulation style. I think low manipulation styles can be as low manipulation as you allow them to be. I'm not huge on preserving the best definition. So like if my twist out happened to only last 2 days, then it only lasted 2 days. After that, I'll just throw it up in a puff. A puff is another low manipulation style. I'll brush the edges up, I put my puff on, and I'm wearing a puff for the rest of the week. I don't have to comb through my hair or detangle it. So stuff like that, it's like I'm trying to find ways where I don't have to do excessive things to my hair. And the only time that I'm very thorough and excessive with it is on wash day, which is once a week for me. That's how I grow my hair. I try to keep my hands out of it, but I don't protect style. I do low manipulation styles. So I don't retwist nightly. If it didn't come out right, I always know I could do a puff. It sucks, but whatever, a puff is still cute. So you can incorporate both. If you tend to protect the style, you can do that. If you don't usually protect the style, you can also do that. Both routes, you are able to grow your hair because your hair is growing anyway. But with whatever route you choose, I just want you to think of how you can most healthily do that. When I protective style, I really don't do much to my hair. If I do anything, I'll probably oil my scalp with a natural oil. Oh, and also you can massage your scalp. I would recommend that because I do think that that can stimulate your hair follicles and somewhat help with faster growth. Somewhat, not crazy growth, but like maybe like this much difference of growth, which is good when you add that up each month. So I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helped y'all to understand. Just basically, no, it's not necessary. Yes, you can grow your hair without protective styling, and yes, you can also harm your hair protective styling if you're not doing it right. So just make sure you're doing it right. Also, I know a lot of people like straighten their hair before they put in protective styles. That is another way that you could kind of counteract the growth that you're trying to look for. So if you can avoid at all costs heats when you're putting in your protective style, I know a lot of us will probably blow dry. That's not too bad. I wouldn't suggest doing that too often though. And I would actually suggest trying to find a no heat method to stretch your hair before just resorting to blow dry. So whenever I have a protective style that somebody else is doing and I know they need my hair to be stretched, I just allow my hair to air dry in plaits. So that way my hair is stretched when they're ready to do it. So go ahead, subscribe down below if you somehow missed me saying that in the beginning of the video. Like the video if this was helpful, and make sure that you check out the other videos in this playlist because all of these videos are helping y'all grow your hair within this year 2019. But I think we have about 4 or 5 videos in this thing, all to help you grow your hair by making it healthy. Not to grow your hair faster, but to healthily take care of your hair so that it can retain length from the growth that you are already getting. So that is all. If you post to Instagram, make sure you use the hashtag GrowWithLady2019. That's where we're all posting our pictures so we can see each other's growth and be encouraged by it and see like, okay, hey, I'm implementing these tips and they're helping. How often do you think that you want to protect the style this year so to help you retain length and achieve the hair growth goal that you set for yourself in the last video that we had? So that's it. Again, make sure you like the video. Check out the other videos in the playlist if you're growing with me. Hopefully this helped, and I'll see y'all in my next video.